First of all, I want to say that this meeting is being recorded. And I want to start and say good evening to those joining from Israel and Europe. Good morning to our friends in the US, and good night to our friends in the Far East. We need to be efficient, so I will start now. My name is Ran Meged, and I am the MoSAIC project manager on behalf of the Mirage Institute. Mirage Institute is a philanthropic foundation that was chosen to lead this challenge because of its capabilities in bridging the gap between the Israeli and the US business cultures, its wide alumni network, and its extensive experience in producing this kind of events. The agenda for today, I will start with by introducing the leaders of the MoSAIC challenge from the Israeli side and the US side. We will go over the MoSAIC challenge itself. We will talk about the format of the challenge, the timeline, and at the end of this session, we will have a Q&A session. I ask you, please, if you have any question during the webinar, simply write it in the chat. And at the end of the session, we will go through the questions and answer the questions by our team. I'd like to start and introduce the partners to this challenge, the US DoD, IWTSD, and Mr. Adam Tarsi is with us, International Program Manager, and Ms. Shana Yacobi, the Liaison Officer to Israel and the US lead to the MoSAIC Project Challenge. From iMode, DDR&D, Mafat, we have Colonel Ryan Gitti, the head of Autonomous Land System Division, and Major Aviv Stern, head of Autonomy and Sensing Section, and the Israeli lead for the MoSAIC Challenge project. From the Mirage Institute, we have with us Ishai Isaac, the Executive Director of the Mirage Institute, and myself as the MoSAIC Project Manager. Let us start with an overview of the MoSAIC Challenge itself. The MoSAIC Challenge is a global prize challenge that helps us to illuminate novel technology solutions that enable tactical teams to conduct indoor missions from outdoors. I want to say that the challenge is open to all individuals, group, companies, except those who are proposing technologies already receiving funding by either the US or Israeli governments. So if you are a company that already received funds from the US or Israeli government, but you propose a new technology, that's okay. As long as the technology that you propose does not get funds from the governments, that could be a good technology for this challenge. We understand that there is no single solution in hand. There is no one system that can perform everything that we ask in this challenge. And this is why we took the challenge and broke it into key components of autonomy, what we call the 5 mini challenges. We also awarded prizes for this challenge. The total value of prizes is $600,000. I will go through it in a short while. Let's talk and present the 5 mini challenges that we have in this challenge. The first one, or the first 3 challenges, will be tested in a virtual environment. That's the virtual track. And the last 2 challenges, mini challenges, will be demonstrated in a live demo physical track that will take place in Israel in April 2022. The first mini challenge is the indoor navigation. We are looking for software and algorithms that enable accurate navigation, the ability to move from point A to point B, and localization in unknown indoor environment without any spatial infrastructure. This is mini challenge number 1. Mini challenge number 2 is room mapping. Again, we are looking for software and algorithm-based solutions to autonomously explore previously unknown indoor spaces and construct maps or floor plans, 2D or 3D, of the explored environment completely, accurately, and in real time. This is mini challenge number 2. Mini challenge number 3 is the human object tagging. Again, we are looking for software and algorithms that can automatically and accurately detect, recognize, and classify between humans, animals, and other objects of interest in different lighting and visibility conditions. Those 3 mini challenges are all part of the virtual track. We are looking for software and algorithms that can solve those mini challenges, and they will be tested in a virtual environment, and I will explain about it in a few minutes. The last 2 mini challenges are part of the physical track. The first one is the tactical robotic systems. We are looking for ground and aerial platforms that are capable of maneuvering accurately and effectively in complex indoor environments with multiple levels above and below ground, constrictive spaces, and twists, turns, and blind corners. Those are the tactical robotic systems. As for the second physical track mini challenge, is a human presence detection. It's man-portable, sense through wall. We are looking for solutions that senses through wall to detect, confirm, classify, and monitor stationary and moving persons in an enclosed area of interest at a standoff distance with a low false alarm rate. Those are the 5 mini challenges. As I explained, 3 of them are in the virtual track, mostly algorithms, and the last 2 are in the physical track, the live demo that will take place in April 2022. As for the prizes, we set up both cash prizes and in-value prizes for each of the mini challenges. Let's start with the cash prizes. Each winner in each mini challenge and the second place in each mini challenge, we get cash rewards. The amount of the cash rewards is changed between the physical track and virtual track. The 3 challenges of the virtual track, the first prize for each mini challenge is $15,000 and the second prize is $5,000. As to the physical track, the first prize in each of the 2 mini challenges of the physical track is $75,000 and the second prize is $10,000. But that's not all. The top 3 finalists in each of the mini challenges, that's a total of 15 competitors, will be automatically accepted into the Prestige Mirage Institute Innovation Bridge program in California. The value of this program is around $25,000 per company. I can tell you from my own personal experience, this is an amazing program. And at the end of the program, you will be part of the Mirage alumni also, which is a great value by itself. Let's talk about the format of the competition, the challenge. We started the online application and selection in June 24. You can apply to the challenge through our website, mosaicchallenge.com. Within it, simply press the apply button and you will go to the application page where you have 2 questionnaires. The first questionnaire that you will see is the preliminary questionnaire. It's a very basic form that asks you to provide basic communication details and a broad overview of what you are doing. After you submit the preliminary form, our team will review it and relevant applications will be requested to add additional details via the full questionnaire. The full questionnaire is actually the questionnaire that asks you to provide all the details about your technology, products, idea. And this is the questionnaire that our judging team will look at in order to evaluate your application. I want to emphasize that the deadline for submissions is September 23, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. Israel time, which is 4:59 p.m. Eastern time. This is the deadline for submissions. We will not be able to get any submissions after this date, so please make sure you submit it on time. What we are looking for. We seek solutions, we seek ideas, technologies that demonstrate appropriate, realistic, innovative, cost-effective solutions to resolve the problem statement. Semi-finalists, the one that will be chosen to continue to the second phase, which is the virtual track and the live track, will be announced by November 15, 2021. So by November 15, 2021, if you applied, you will get a message from us saying if you continue or if you not. The virtual test bed will take place between January 24 to February 3, 2022. And as I mentioned before, we have 3 different mini challenges under the virtual test bed. The navigation and mapping mini challenges will consist of 2 parts. The first part, you will receive video and sensor recording of real-world environment. We will ask you to operate the algorithms, your algorithms, on these video and sensor recordings. And we want to see what your algorithms can get out of it, meaning the mapping and the navigation as we requested. This measures your ability to operate in realistic environments. It tests the mapping components and localization. And those with accurate results will continue to part 2. In part 2, we will present to you a simulation. This simulation measures autonomy, decision-making, and efficiency of algorithms. We want to see how the path planning algorithm understands the environment from point A to point B in the fastest way without repeating any turns. Participants with the most accurate and fastest algorithm will win. This is the virtual test bed for the mini challenge of navigation and mapping. We have another mini challenge under the virtual track, which is human object tagging. In this part, in this mini challenge, you will receive a video of objects and people in different angles, and this will add photorealism. Participants with the highest percent of classification and provides the most details will win. So this is the part of the virtual track. The physical test bed, the live demo, will take place in April 4 to 6 in 2022. I remind you there are 2 mini challenges under the physical test bed, and those are the tactical robotic systems and human presence detection. The physical test bed will take place in Israel. Following immediately the live demo, the physical test bed, we will have the final event and award ceremony. This will take place in April 7, 2022. It will take place in Tel Aviv and will include government officials, VC representatives, technology, defense companies, and many other companies. There will be an exhibition of relevant technologies, and selected participants will be invited to present on stage. Post-challenge, as I said, the top 3 competitors in each of the mini challenge will be invited to participate in the Mirage Institute Homeland Security Innovation Bridge Program in the US. The leadership program will take place between May to June 2022. So let's review the entire timeline. The online submission started in June 24. As I said, the deadline for submissions is September 23rd. October to November 2021, the government officials will evaluate the participants, and by November 15, you will be notified which companies will continue to phase 2. In December 2021, we will conduct webinars with Q&As to present the virtual and physical testbed, and the virtual testbed itself will take place in January to February 2022, as I mentioned. The physical testbed will take place in Israel between April 4th to 6th, 2022, And the final event and award ceremony will be in Israel in April 7, 2022, when the Homeland Security Innovation Branch Leadership Program will take place between May to June 2022 in California. You have here all the details on how to contact us. We have the website itself, MoSAIC Challenge with one C.com, and you can have our email address. You can approach us and ask any question. The answers, by the way, will be published in the Q&A section in our website. If you have now any question, please feel free to ask. So the first question we have from Amir: can a university team participate? The answer is sure. We hope that as many universities will join, teams from universities, researchers, students. That is perfectly fine. I see that Noam sent the mosaicchallenge.com website and the email here. If you have any other questions, you can now ask them or write them in the chat. No questions, I see. Yeah, we have a question from Baruch. Can a company participate in more than one challenge? Yes, Baruch, the answer is yes. Each submission, you can choose when you submit your application, which of the mini challenges you want to participate. You can participate with more than one technology in the challenge. You can submit one technology to more than one mini challenge. This is perfectly okay. We have a question to elaborate about the program in California. Ishai or Noam, do you want to elaborate on it?
Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to the challenge. I was asked in person, so we'll answer it here. The program in California, we have several verticals. In the Homeland Security vertical, it's a 2-week program that during the days we are teaching. We have professors and lecturers from all kinds of academic background, especially for the HLS and cyber technologies. And every evening we have a networking dinner with the community and people from that field. So we also have field trips, if you can say. In one of the programs, we went to LAX to learn about their challenges in the security field. In other programs, we went to a drone base of the Navy and so on. So it's a unique and very special and very prestige program that anyone who participates will be amazed and very happy about it. So it's taking place in Orange County, and the top 3 in every challenge will have a free ticket for that event, for that program. And of course, all expenses paid, but the flight, so it's a very prestige program.
Thank you, Noam. We have another question from Brittany. Just to verify, you said a company cannot receive any government funding towards their technology. So just to explain, Shana, do you want to answer this question? Shana is the US lead to this MoSAIC challenge. Shana? Okay, so I will answer it. If your technology is receiving funds or received funds from the government, either the US or Israeli government, then this specific technology cannot take part in this challenge. It does not apply to the company by itself. So if a specific company received funds from the US government or Israeli government to develop some technology or product, but you want to offer a different technology or a different product for this challenge, you can do it as long as the specific technology or product did not receive any funds from US government or Israeli government. I hope this answered the question. Nino asked, can we get copies of the slide you just presented? Of course, everyone that registered to this webinar will receive a copy of this presentation. What does the company, well, ask, what does the company is giving to you in return? Will you ask for IP or ownership later? The answer here is no. I relate you to the IP section in the competition rules, but we are not going to ask any IP or ownership later for participating in this challenge. Amir asked, do we need to have a working solution by September 23rd, or we can continue work until April 2022? Aviv, do you want to answer this? Aviv is the Israeli lead for the MoSAIC challenge. Aviv, can you hear us? Okay, Aviv cannot answer, so I will answer. 1 second. So Aviv, can you hear us now?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Great. So if you can continue work on your technology before, after September 23rd, as long as and at the competition itself, it's working already. We don't require you to stop working on it once you register.
Okay, thank you, Aviv. So you can just to the one that couldn't hear Aviv very well, you can continue working on the technology after September 23rd. You need to submit your application by September 23rd, but you can continue working on it until April 2022. Dror asked, can you send a link of this recording? Sure, you will get a link of this recording and the presentation. Eran asked, we can use public cloud as infrastructure for the solution. Aviv, do you want to answer?
I don't really understand the question. What do you mean by open cloud?
Aviv, Eran asked if they can use public cloud as infrastructure for the solution. So
we will be limiting the amount of power you can use to run your algorithm. If the cloud has does not exceed that
So just to summarize the answer, so in the virtual track, we can't hear you, Aviv.
Of the website, which we will publish once we will.
Yeah. So for the ones who didn't answer, we didn't hear Aviv very well. During the virtual track, we will provide you the cloud infrastructure to present your solution. We will limit the resources that you can use as part of this solution to a reasonable one. and in order to create a benchmark for all other solutions so that we can compare apples with apples and understand what are the real performances of the algorithm. I hope this answered the question to Iran. The networking, so Noam added here that the networking in the program, I'm talking about the Mirage Institute program in California, is unique, and it's with the leading companies and people from that business sector across the US. Of course, it includes lunch and dinners, networking events. Orel asked, what TRL are you looking for? Aviv or Shana?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So we're looking for an algorithm that works. We don't need it to be, if we're talking on the algorithmic part, then we don't need anything that that is connected to a bigger system. We just need an algorithm that works on pretty simple types of sensors. If we're talking about the physical track, then it depends on let's say how good you want to do on the competition. As long as your TRL is more let's say advanced, then the more chance you have to win the competition.
Okay, thank you, Aviv. We have another.
Ran, I just want to add that for the physical track, the final event will include a real world type environment with realistic challenges and obstacles. So you need to be prepared for that when you think about your TRL.
Thank you, Shana. Thank you for the clarification. We have another question here, Shana, for you. Can a solution answer partially to a mini challenge? For example, in the tactical robotic challenge, giving a solution only for fast maneuvering in buildings.
Again, I think what I said before answers that question. You're going to be challenged and increasingly challenged. It'll start off with more simple tasks and then increase in complexity.
Okay, thank you. Amir is asking, so what the submission includes? So the submission for the first stage includes filling 2 forms. The first one is a preliminary forms, simple questions like your name, your phone numbers, email, and what do you do? Once you fill this form, we will send you the full questionnaire. The full questionnaire has many more details like what technologies do you use, who do you solve it for, any environmental issues, and things like that. And this is the form that our evaluators will use in order to evaluate the submissions. As we said, the recording and the presentations will be on the website, the MoSAICchallenge.com with 1C, and you can see it and download the presentation. Any other questions that we can answer at this time? Either by voice or in the chat, please. Does anyone of our distinguished partners, Adam, Shana, Aviv, Ishai, wants to add something? Ryan, of course.
Can you hear me?
Thank everyone for joining today, and I encourage you to join this opportunity. Thank you.
Aviv?
I also want to join Shana in the invitation to be part of something that is pretty big for us, and let us see what you worked for the past few years and what you've accomplished so far, and maybe we can be partners whether you win or not in the competition. We really want to see what you have. We want to see what you're talented, what's your talent, and we are very excited to meet you in person.
Wonderful, wonderful. So thank you very much for joining us. Please follow the update sections in the website to see any updates. And as we said, you will receive this presentation and the recording of the webinar, and wish you all luck and encourage you to submit your application into this challenge, and have a good night or good day wherever you are. Thank you.